It's official. Video games are the biggest entertainment medium on the planet.
Thousands of titles.
Millions of players.
Billions of dollars.
But that's not important, because it's not the big numbers that make gaming great.
It's the experience.
You already know that, and so do we.
This isn't another show just trying to justify gaming.
What's there to justify? It's awesome.
It is.
No, we're here to cut through the noise.
And speak from our hearts.
About the games that we love.
And even those that we don't.
Because we love games just as much as you.
From Wii Sports
To esports.
From the platformer
To the puzzler.
all are welcome in this video game nation.
Whatever Nintendo would have you believe, this is the year of Luigi. After 30 years in a supporting role, Mario's gangly brother finally stole the spotlight when a certain YouTube clip revealed a newfound attitude.
I'm not saying that the Luigi death stare is the main reason that Mario Kart 8 sold so well, but it definitely is.
That malicious glare, that momentary lapse of Luigi's trademark mix of good cheer and trembling cowardice embodies the true spirit of Mario Kart, one where even the most pure-hearted of players will inevitably succumb to the guilty delight of schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude, pleasure derived from another's misfortune. It's Mario Kart all over, isn't it?
Watching your driver wriggle with joy as a lagging opponent spins on a carefully dropped banana skin, smashing a red shell into an airborne rival and watching them plummet to their doom, narrowly rounding the blast radius of a detonated blue shell to claim first place.
Feels great, doesn't it? Until you're on the receiving end, of course.
Whether experienced as perpetrator or victim, these moments are part of the slapstick lifeblood that courses through Mario Kart 8's Dayglow veins. It's a game of glorious give and tragic take, as Mario Kart has always been, but helplessly power drifting into your own ricocheting green shell has never looked so beautiful.
Nintendo may have taken longer than absolutely necessary to join the HD generation. There's no questioning that it was worth the wait. Following in the footsteps of Pikmin 3 and Super Mario 3D World, Mario Kart 8 dazzles with its flawless appreciation of colour, infectious personality, and incredible attention to detail.
Luigi's now infamous scowl encapsulates this perfectly. It's amazing what effect even the briefest flash of humanity can have in a world where the heroes are usually so gosh darn happy. Not that I'm saying that the other characters aren't relatable in their own way too.
Take the Koopa Trooper. I usually pick him because his day job largely involves being stepped on and kicked around, so I figure it's only fair that he gets a chance to one-up Bowser and Mario on the track. I don't think I'm alone in choosing characters I can relate to either.
I've always been Kong. Like, I go Wario now and again because he's funny, but yeah, Kong's always been my guy, like, ever since the first time I played. I don't really know what that says about me because I probably picked him. I'm quite hairy now, but I probably picked him at a time where I had no hair. So maybe it was like an aspirational thing. I was like, one day I want to be as hairy as Kong.
Shy Guy. My favorite character is Shy Guy. I think it says that I like cute characters that make funny noises and have really adorable little faces.
Super Mario. Who else could it be?
I have to admit, I do quite like playing as Mario, mostly because he's a really good all-rounder, and it's Mario.
My favourite Mario Kart character, it's always been the same for every iteration, it's Toad. And sort of the professional answer is because, he's very fast and light and, fun to handle. The real answer is I just think he's cute.
You'll notice I've not talked a great deal about how Mario Kart 8 actually plays. I guess that's because the clue's in the title.
For all its high-definition polish and the new F-Zero Light anti-gravity gimmick, the racing is reassuringly familiar. This is still a racer for which brake is a four-letter word, and a corner left undrifted is a boosting opportunity wasted. Are 150cc races still populated by opposition who only exist to crush your soul? Definitely. Will you fall off Rainbow Road a lot? Certainly. Is it still best enjoyed in the company of others?
Absolutely, and while there's still nothing quite like getting 3 friends round to play into the wee hours, Mario Kart 8's online offering is also incredibly robust.
The ability to create custom tournaments is a real high point, as is the fact that you can race online with another player sat next to you. But honestly, I've committed most of my time to zipping around Mario Kart Stadium in time trial mode over and 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 over again. And also beat my friend's Ghost by a few milliseconds just so that I can boast about my superior skills over WhatsApp. What can I say? I have a problem. I need help.
Of course, not everything's peachy. The decision to use racetracks in battle mode instead of dedicated arenas is a terrible idea. It just doesn't work.
And talking of things that don't work, what's with all the pointless characters clogging up the roster? Pink Gold Peach, Toadette, Baby Rosalina, what will they think of next?
I would like to see Nervous Breakdown Waluigi, because he's such a rubbish character and he's never given anything good to do in any game. He's not even like a proper villain. He's like the villain's sidekick. So I'd like to see him in the middle of a race, just stopping his cart, just getting out, just walking up to the screen and going, "What's at the point?"
You know, they have baby versions of the main cast, but now Baby Mario himself, I think, is perceived as one of the main Mario characters. What about a baby Mario, like a fetal Mario, or maybe like a single cell, a zygote? What? I don't know anything about sex.
The short story is that Mario Kart 8 maintains the series' position as the king of the genre it created, despite the efforts of many others to steal its crown. And trust me, many have tried.
Good to be back. Hi, Def. High five. An instant classic in 1992, Mario Kart spawned a legion of imitators as the whole gaming world went novelty racer crazy. Everyone had a shot at sticking zoo animals and company mascots in tiny machines. Even Copysoft had the hard-to-say Scunny Kart, which starred Scunny, who was a squirrel clone of Sonic, in a game which shared graphics with Wacky Wheels, which was an imitation of Mario Kart, making it the best racing game made almost entirely out of other, better racing games. Now I want to make this clear, I have distrusted kart races since the first Mario Kart came out. It was fun and exciting and I was no good at it at all. Mostly it was because 7-year-old me couldn't figure out why Mario and Bowser would spend the day go-karting with each other. Would you go go-karting with the guy who kidnapped your girlfriend? I mean, paintball maybe, but a pleasant day chasing the Mushroom Cup? Today we're going to look at 3 of the most notable kart races from the last 22 years, spanning everything from the Mega Drive to Wii U, Amiga to the Android. So gentlemen, start your engines, and remember, that's a catchphrase from a game that won't be in this list.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Our first stop is Ubisoft's 1994 Street Racer, which is pretty much Street Fighter, but sitting down. With a cast of characters, including a sumo wrestler, a witch doctor, Frankenstein's monster, a Turkish magician, and a female Australian surfer. It's the early 90s, so these are all handled with real, genuine sensitivity. There's only one female character. Her name is Surf Sister. She has 3 special abilities. 1, expanding beach balls. 2, magnetic attraction. 3, beach towel flick. Ugh. Nothing says equality quite like a double entendre, especially one about surfing, the sandiest kind of double entendre. Old-timey gender and racial stereotypes aside, Street Racer is a colourful drive-by beat-em-up. You can race, you can play a game of soccer, you can play a demolition derby on a track, and it got ported to almost every platform available in the 90s. Seriously, after debuting on the SNES in 1994, it jumped over to the Mega Drive in 95, the Saturn and the PS1 in 96, and the PC and the Amiga in 1997. Reviews at the time suggest that it got increasingly less impressive with each subsequent port, but it was big, dumb, popular fun. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 for jolliness and colour, 1 out of 10 for the beach balls joke. 1997 gave the world Diddy Kong Racing, starring Diddy, the tiny pal of Mario's old pet donkey. Nintendo's history is confusing. Mario was originally a zookeeper who mistreated a monkey named Donkey who kidnapped Mario's girlfriend Pauline because all of Mario's girlfriends get kidnapped. Diddy Kong Racing held the Guinness World Record for the fastest selling game at the time, shifting 800,000 copies in 2 weeks. With the choice of racing in a kart, hovercraft or cute tiny plane, it flat out had more variety and character than almost any racer. And who's that hanging out in the character select screens? Yep, Diddy Kong Racing marks the first appearance of Banjo and Conker. Banjo went on to have his own series that lasted 10 years, and Conker
Conker went on to swear on a Nintendo system, making him the most successful squirrel in gaming history.
Sorry, Scunny. And did I mention there's a plot too? A kart racer with a storyline, 3 long-lasting characters and a ton of charm, Diddy Kong Racing gets 8.5 happy childhoods out of 10.
Our final title for today comes from Mario's greatest rival. Yes, it's the Blue Blur himself in 2012's overstuffed dream game, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
Despite possessing a name that sounds like it's shouted by Japanese schoolgirls before they merge to form a giant robot, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is the V8-powered journey into Sega's past you never knew you wanted.
It's Sega's 8th shot at a kart racer.
Notable goes include Sonic Drift in 1994, Sonic R in 97, and the game it's a sequel to, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing.
The playable characters range pretty quickly from the obvious to the hyper-obscure. You've got Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Alex Kidd, the Shogun from Shogun Total War, Gilius Thunderhead from Golden Axe. Gilius Thunderhead, you guys. Even if you don't know who that is, you acknowledge right now that's the name you want to give your firstborn son. Come here, Gilius. Little Thunderhead. You tell me that's not awesome.
Sega have been making arcade races for decades, and surprise, surprise, they're pretty goddamn good at it. Dress solid mechanics in a fan's dream, and you've got a modern racer that's pretty damn great. 8 screaming fanboys out of 10.
Although, to be fair, if Sonic's so fast, why does he need a car? I still don't trust him.
You know, if any game developers are watching, I've got some great ideas for karting spin-offs. Try this one on for size. Walter White's secret formula for blue petrol sets the illicit world of underground go-karting on fire in Breaking Bad. You know, breaking without the E. Get it? Yeah? No? Have some adverts.
And then you can enjoy them getting very, very angry. That's the best bit, isn't it?
Welcome back. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I still swear by local multiplayer gaming. No, I really mean it. Why swear at complete strangers online when you could be swearing at your friends in person instead? Many of my most memorable gaming experiences have taken place in the company of others, be it playing Street Fighter Alpha with a friend until the sun came up, or the insanely competitive games of Wii Party that occur whenever I'm back at my mum's. I'm pretty sure everybody has a tale of local gaming love to tell. Well, this lot certainly do anyway.
I love playing games with friends and family, board games, video games, mind games, all of the games. I think where multiplayer games really come into their own is when you know the other players and you know their weaknesses and their strengths and you know how to wind them up, and then you can enjoy them getting very, very angry. That's the best bit, isn't it?
Like when you're all in a room together, there's a real different dynamic. You know, you can jostle with each other, you can have little jokes beyond the game itself.
The reason I love local multiplayer is because you want to be in the same room with the people you're playing with, so you can see their faces and you can rub in your trash talk right into their faces. There's nothing better than that.
I think for certain games, local multiplayer is definitely far and away the best way to play. Certainly Nintendo games, which I think Nintendo are quite late to online multiplayer, but it was fine because Nintendo makes such brilliant games to play on the sofa with your mates.
I think like playing locally with friends, like there's someone there, like you're experiencing something with somebody else, like that is huge.
I think when you play games with friends, it's sharing an experience together. It doesn't feel, I think sometimes when you play games on your own, you can kind of feel like it's a bit of a time sink, you know? Like if you play Skyrim for 60 hours, it's like, oh, where did my 60 hours go?
I think local multiplayer, you do have these memories of it because it is a social experience, it's a shared experience, so memories do kind of stick with you. Like, I guess my abiding memory was I used to share a flat with a guy who's now actually a game developer, and we used to play GoldenEye until about 5 or 6 in the morning, but our tempers would kind of fray by the end. So, you know, we have come to blows, like we have fought each other over GoldenEye.
I remember I used to play a lot of Mario Strikers Charged with my friends, one of whom took it really seriously. He takes all of his football games very seriously. And he would just sulk when he lost. Like, he would throw the pad down, he would blame the game, and literally for the rest of the day, you just couldn't talk to him. Like, you would ruin his day by beating him in Striker's Charge. It's like he would take it super seriously.
Without a doubt, my favourite local multiplayer games have always been like fighting games. I remember like actually playing Soul Calibur with a guy that I lived with at uni, and actually thinking by the end of the fight, like, I'm moving out. I don't want to play them anymore. Not only do I not want to play Soul Calibur anymore, but I actually don't want to be his friend anymore. I don't want to live with him anymore.
You're so gonna regret this.
I really love playing Worms. That's a fantastic series. Just the array of weapons. And again, really, when I say the array of weapons, what I mean is the array of ways in which to really annoy other people. I was once playing Worms with a friend, and I made him so angry that he pushed me off my chair.
I did actually chuck my friends out my house over a game of Super Bomberman once, because what would happen is that when you win a game, your Bomberman appears on screen, and I'd earned that, right? Now I'd earned that, but this is a game that if anyone on their controller pressed a button, it would skip that screen. So now I'd earned my screen, and I told them, I'd go, don't press anything. What do? They pressed something, and they destroyed the victory screen that I deserved, that I'd earned. And so I got up, I walked over to my Super Nintendo, I switched it off, and I sat back down and I just stared into space. And they quickly got the message.
I think what makes local multiplayer so engaging and rewarding is that it feels like a social activity, whereas gaming so often isn't. It's perceived and stereotyped as being like a loner's activity, but in fact it can be one of the most socially active sort of games, ways to spend your time with friends.
No matter how great a game's graphics, how complex its plot, how sort of engaging the world, you cannot beat looking at a real life person next to you and watching their face twisted into a grimace of fury and enmity, and knowing that they actually want to kill you just because you just fired a red shell at them. I mean, where else can you get an experience like that other than through video games? It's brilliant.
Now, Mario Kart 8 may boast 12-player online races, but it still can't match up to a good old local 4-player match for sheer intensity, atmosphere, and colourful language. Well, it can't if you actually have 3 friends to play with. Better. Now, Mario Kart 8 has always been about instant and indisputable bragging rights, so we decided to stage our own Grand Prix with a twist to determine the greatest Mario Kart 8 player on the Video Game Nation team. I'll leave you in the capable hands of our one-man MKTV commentary team, Anthony Richardson. Anthony, are you there, you silver-tongue love machine?
Silver tongue love machine. I think I've seen one of those in a catalogue. Thanks, Dan. Hello, sports fans. If darts on Challenge TV is a sport, then this one definitely is. Welcome to the Mario Kart Cup Grand Prix. Now, there are 4 races, and the tournament got very serious very quickly with the introduction of a qualifying lap. Each player had a go on the Mario Kart Stadium with Mario and the same kart. John Robertson came last, so he gets the Pro controller, the best one. It's called Pro for a reason. Adam Savage, he came third. He gets the Wii U controller, which he initially confused for an Etch-a-Sketch. Chris Bond qualified a creditable second, so was given the Wiimote and Nunchuck combo, which is the Mario Kart equivalent of eating sushi with a pair of knitting needles. But way ahead was Dan Marr, whose reward for being great was one of those 180 games in one machines you get in a pound shop. So here we are at Cloud Top Cruise, Tom Cruise's as yet unborn, perhaps airheaded son. From top left clockwise, we have Adam Savage, John Robertson, who's just stalled, Dan Marr and Chris Bond. This lot sitting there remind me of those Nintendo Wii adverts a few years back starring Anton Deck, except Anton Deck had been kidnapped by 3 denim cavemen and a beetroot salesman. Now Dan's having trouble with the steering wheel. Somebody's in 7th, 6th, 5th. Somebody's just fallen off the track. I think that was Adam Savage. Now into the final lap. Chris Bond way ahead. He's the man to beat, but Dan putting a star power up to good use. John and Adam battling it out to not finish last. John resorting to voice commands there. Chris, meanwhile, wistfully recalling his childhood. And it's the final straight, and Chris Bond wins the double nunchuck air punch. I smell a trademark celebration. And Dan finishes second, a steering wheel double wiggle, which he instantly regrets. Yes, that's now on television. Limping in like wet lettuces, Adam and John. Hey, At least you beat Baby Daisy. You beat a toddler. Whoa, we're in the second race now. Bone Dry Dunes. I had that once, had to get some cream for it. So Chris is on pole. Dan needs to make a good start if he wants to keep things interesting, which he does. Look at the concentration on his face. He is ruthless. He has no ruth whatsoever. The pressure is back on Chris, but he can take it on his back. He's a bearded pressure sponge. And Dan has fallen off the track and into last place. Oh, look at Chris with his nunchucks. Handles them expertly like a romantic hero with the reins of a robotic horse. At the top of your screens there, Adam and John are enjoying their own private battle. But the race is over! Not sure they've actually finished one yet. Chris tastes another sweet victory. Dan settles for second. And after 2 races, Chris is way ahead by 10 points. The others trailing in his wake. This tournament every bit as exciting as the Scottish Premiership. Track 3, Bowser's Castle, a place full of danger and civil unrest that would fit right at home in Formula 1. They are off. Make or break time for Dan if he wants to peg back Chris's lead. And again, he gets a brilliant start, but this time Chris is wise to it. He's a wise racing owl just behind in 3rd place. And wowzers in mid-trousers, Adam Savage is making his way up the field. He's 5th. No, he's 5th. He's 4th now. He's 4th. Adam Savage, he's Arsenal. He's back 5th. He's Everton. And he's smiling at that. He likes Everton. Now he's parachuted off the track. I mean, unbelievable. In all the excitement there, I failed to realise that Chris Bond has won the race. Chris Bond, the Man City of Mario Kart, although judging by that beard, without as much money. Dan 2nd, always the bridesmaid, whilst dotty old aunts Adam and John take 3rd and 4th. Once more. So, an unassailable lead going into Rainbow Road, that old classic. The focus turns to John versus Adam. Can John make a glorious comeback to avoid finishing dead last? He started well, but now is indeed dead last. Chris, by the way, could do anything he wants. He could put down his controller and do armpit farting noises for the whole race in Dan's face, but it's due to his professionalism that he's chosen not to do that. Instead, just sort of chatting him up a little bit. The race is over. John Robertson trundles in last like a medium-pace bowler. And there's the classified results. Chris Bond gets the trophy, which consists of a crown wearing what looks like a poppadom miniskirt. Let's hear the thoughts of the winners and the losers.
Frankly, I think we've just paid witness to one of the greatest injustices in sporting history since the hand of God in '86.
No, look, when somebody says, look, we expect the absolute worst of you, and then I deliver the absolute worst, then, you know, I mean, I'm not the one who's disappointed, and neither should they be.
Mario Kart, for me, I need to practice a lot more, working out which bumper does what. That's probably the most key element of my game that I need to improve.
I think I've kind of achieved everything that there is to achieve. I mean, I've just beaten 3 other people on national television playing Mario Kart. You know, I'm not professional, so that's probably about the upper echelons of amateur.
I love Chris. My name's Anthony Richardson. Back to you.
Right, none of you are leaving this room until I win. All right. Sit. You're still here. Well, me and my friends were just about to have a rematch. I know you'd love to stay and watch, but sadly that's all the time we have for this show, so I'll see you next week. Smile.
Thank you.